Greetings and welcome back once again to Xcom Enemy Within and to the cybernetic department where currently Hunter, I think Yuri Hunter GTX is being augmented. Now, the shame with that is that I've received numerous comments and very helpful comments, I will add, that have stressed that it would be better to level up our mech soldiers before augmenting them, because the way that the stat increases happen is that mechs get particularly low rolls on stat increases, whereas if I allow them to go through their regular upgrade path, the fact that I've got not created equally or hidden potential, I believe it is, I can't remember which one affects random stat increases, they still have a stat bias. It's just the actual range that you might get from any particular stat upgrade is a bit wider. There are lower lows and higher highs. So as a result, it is still generally going to be better for me to level up a soldier through their class path and then make them into a mech at that later stage. That's what the comments say at any rate. So alas, it's a little bit too late for Yuri. I would pull you out of there, Yuri, but you've only got 1 day remaining, so I'm assuming they've already lopped off your arms and legs. Yeah, I'm so sorry. But other comments that I have received are that I should upgrade Brandy Bear's mech. It was only the money holding us back. So we are going to upgrade Brandy Bear's mech. Let's go to that. Now we can upgrade to the mech Sentinel. Now I can add Restorative Mist. Medkits require fine motor control. Instead, the mech can spray Restorative Mist to heal all nearby allies. Now, on the surface, that would be fantastic, because if everyone just clustered around Brandy Bear, she could heal them all at the same time. However, we're at a stage where, generally speaking, we don't need a lot of medkits to be deployed. So, I'm thinking of going for the grenade launcher. Mechs can make up for their lack of thrown grenade capacity with a long-range grenade launcher. Now, I can only assume that that would make them somewhat like a sector pod, and that is a very attractive proposition. I think we're going to go for that. Yes, do so now. No, I'm not going to reconsider. Make it so. Has it been successful? Yes, there's Brandy Bear with her new grenade launcher on the back. Fantastic. Okay then. Now, the next things that are happening. Currently, we have the Outsider Shard in 2 days. Shiv Suppression will be researched in 5 days. Council Report in 29 days. And I'm thinking it would be worthwhile hiring a batch of new soldiers. So I'm going to hire another 10 soldiers, and we'll see if we get any good prospects out of this or how many we have to let go. Hopefully we will get a couple at least. So I'm going to send that off. But I'm going to start getting much more picky now with the stats that we take, I think, because we have quite a few rookies with very low stats that hopefully we will upgrade well through getting them out on missions. But at this point, we've already... I'm going to want to take 2 rookies at a time if I can, because we've got quite a lot of rookies to train. So that means I don't want 2 with very low stats, because that would be a massive drop in combat effectiveness for the team. Right, we've only got 5 meld left. That is remarkably sad. Right, is there anything in the foundry we want to do? We could research Jelly Delirium. I mean, I could get a mech suit with the flamethrower instead of the punch. I'm not sure I ever would, though. But... costs 100 megabucks and 25 Illyrium as well. We've got a lot, though. Alright, then. We'll do it just to have it. Begin the project. This require 4 drone wrecks. Okay. Now, as for these... Now, some people have been saying that the respirator implant would be really good because it... Let's have a look. I actually forget why it was that they felt the respirator implant was so important. But I think I'll actually... No, I'm going to hold off on that. I don't particularly want one. We do want another plasma rifle, though, excuse me. So I'm going to pick one of these up. I'm only going to take 2 at a time, though. So let's go ahead and manufacture one of these. I would like a number of... Let's see... No, I think we're going to have a couple of laser pistols. We'll take 10, I think. That should mean that I'm going to be able to equip my squad with laser pistols instead of the regular sidearms. And other than that, I think we're good. On the whole, we've got quite a lot of these. I could make some more aim, but I'm going to keep hold of the corpses that I've got for now. I'm hoping I'm not going to need that many, but actually, do we? How many ships have we got in each location? We've got 2. This would be a big cost, but at the same time, from my knowledge of the first game, I know that there is a battleship that we will have to fight. That is if Operation Slingshot hasn't changed that. Now, it could have, in which case I would be making preparations for something that I wouldn't need. But I can always sell the interceptors later on, I imagine. Or at least I would hope so. But, oh, that reminds me. I do need to rename some of these at some point. But for now, I think we will actually go ahead and order some more interceptors. Oh, wait, no, wait. There can only be 4 interceptors in each hangar. Ah, okay. That does change things a little bit. Could I get rid of one? Can I sell it? No. Cancel out of that. Can I sell you? Dismiss ship. Okay, I can sell them. So, yes, we'll go ahead with the purchase. And then when we've got firestorms, I'll start to replace them one at a time. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I'm going to need more Phoenix cannons for these. I am, you know, basically banking on the game not changing things up too much from the XCOM Enemy Unknown, and that there will be a battleship that I'll need to fight. And I want to defeat it this time because I failed to defeat it in Enemy Unknown. So I'm going to need some more Phoenix cannons, I feel. How much are these? These are incredibly cheap, so I think I need 10 of them. Submit that. I believe I only need 10. Let me just double check. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay then, so we're down to 547 Ultra Megabucks. Yeah, that's not so great, but on the plus side, I don't think we actually have much that we need to spend our money on. Facilities-wise, we're still excavating, and we will be continuing the excavations as soon as we get the opportunity. Now, a couple of people have said that I should remove these, that perhaps I should move this, change some of these to nexuses, and maybe I should, actually. That would certainly give me the opportunity to build an Elerium generator, for example, there and there, which would give me the best spread of power. I probably wouldn't need that much power. If I'm perfectly honest, I could replace this power generator maybe instead. There are lots of things that I could do here. In fact, I could remove it now. We don't need the power just yet. For a little while. I think this adds relatively little power. Let me just double check that first before I make any crazy assumptions. Can I not check it? I'll wait for the excavation to be complete, then I'll have a look at what I would gain if I built a power plant. And if it's not too much, I'll remove this. I'm fairly certain that I can safely remove this, but I don't want to obviously mess everything up with that. So we'll have a look at that one. Now then, back to mission control. We have one augmentation, the cybernetic augmentation one day, and a lot of new interceptors and people arriving. Oh, bless. Yuri, I hope you can forgive me for not realizing that I needed to level you up first. Okay then. Now this is a big cutscene here. It really doesn't look like you're locking that into place, honestly. Alright then.
There you are. Tactical. Do we have
Bradford,
legal coordinates?
Looks like you can smell blood at the moment.
Delta 2's just coming into line of sight now, sir. Coming on screen.
Where are we actually looking?
Nothing.
No, that's impossible. I know it's there.
Switch to thermal.
You know, if we had this ability all along,
Subsurface.
why were we just scanning the whole planet?
Gotcha.
I mean, subsurface? Really?
Think of what we might find once we get inside that facility.
This is just...
Imagine what they might be doing.
Why weren't we doing this the whole time?
I'm sure we'll find out soon enough.
Okay, we found it. Now how do we get inside?
Well,
I thought you'd never ask.
I imagine we send a ship full of people. And hope they don't all die. Because if they do, yeah, I'm fairly certain that our hopes and dreams for salvation will end with them. Okay, right, we want to assign some new research. Build the skeleton key, assault the alien base. Now, if I recall, assaulting the alien base pulls down panic across the whole world. So this is a really powerful tool. You can just consider it a mission and progress of the storyline, or you can consider it a means to fix a problem that you have. We, for the most part, are okay at this point. But in my Enemy Unknown Let's Play, defeating this base pretty much saved the game for me. It happened at just the right time. Skeleton key available for manufacture. Right, codename Novato. Analysis of the alien shard has revealed that it is indeed organic in nature, although not alive per se. Somehow it continues to resonate within a specific range of the electromagnetic spectrum. Despite several attempts at disabling the alien known as the Outsider, each was met with the same result, the target dematerializing within an instant. With no explanation for this phenomenon, the research team was left with little to study in terms of the Outsider itself. However, having now analysed this shard, it seems that may not be the case. In an effort to reduce the potential interference from known terrestrial signals, we placed the shard into a harmonic dampening chamber, a device conceived by Dr. Shen. With outside noise brought to the minimum, it took little effort to detect a very distinct signal, the source of the shard's hum. While we have a number of theories, both the research and engineering teams seem to be in agreement. The shard itself is acting as some form of communications relay. Although purely speculative, we also considered the possibility that the Outsider itself is merely an extension of the shard and its function. Dr. Shen believes this, with sufficient time, he may be able to develop a device or key that mimics the shard itself, giving us a means to locate the source of the signal. There we are, the skeleton key. This device is the culmination of our research into the shard recovered from the alien Outsider. It should allow our troops to infiltrate the alien base and find out what's inside. Fantastic. Now, before we go there, there are a number of things we can do. The fusion lance, interesting materials from the wreckage of the battleship class UFO. That would take 9 days. If we can gain a better understanding of the alien fusion core, I believe further research on this path may lead us to the development of an immensely powerful air-to-air weapon. That sounds very, very nice. Titan armor, which would cost 12 days, but it would be slow, is a fantastic armor for our troops. We've observed some of the alien combatants wearing a form of super heavy armor. I've actually already read this, and I'm really tempted to go for this one. But the fusion lance is also pretty tempting, considering I know, or rather, I expect we're going to be facing the battleship. I don't know if it's this month or next month, but if it is this month, then we might be out of time to make this. But if it's next month, we could probably make this and equip all of our current interceptors with it. Next, we've got the heavy plasma. Despite a number of impressive advancements, I'm still in awe of the aliens' mastery of plasma-based weapons. This particular configuration seems to contain an even more complex magnetic plasma containment chamber, allowing for nearly continuous projection of plasma blasts. The heat dispersal system will permit mech-scale energy projection weapons as well. That is extremely interesting. Plasma weaponry research credit applies, so we would be able to get... I wasn't sure if it was the plasma cannon or heavy plasma I was going to need to go for the mech, but it looks like that's the one. Plasma cannon, we could equip this onto our aircraft, but honestly, with the fusion lance down there, I don't think we'll ever be going for that. Plasma sniper would be very nice for Cerberus for obvious reasons. That's also 5 days, but I think we're going to be going for the heavy plasma. Now, I think this will allow us to have both heavy weapons, so like Revocane and Zhang would be able to equip heavy plasmas, and we'd be able to upgrade Brandy Bear's suits. So we're going to go with that for 5 days. Let us hope that we can actually get there without having to worry too much. Now, back to mission control. We can actually assault the base already. Really? Do we not need to manufacture the key? Let me just go to engineering first.
I've got a hunch as to how we might get into that facility.
Okay.
Just give the word, and I'll begin manufacturing the key immediately.
What is the word? Probably the bird, actually. But and you seem the sort that would go in for those kind of jokes. Skeleton key, priority, cost 15. We could easily make that right now, but I'm gonna hold off on that. Actually, I'm going to wait on. Yeah, we're gonna wait a little bit on the new interceptors, new operatives arriving. Shiv suppression pretty soon as well. If we can get heavy plasma for Brandy Bay before we attack the alien base, I would be very happy. Oh, stop scanning, what the hell. Okay, that was a bit loud, and I'm a little bit surprised you didn't let me know that it was all ready and stopped. Okay, we want to equip you with Phoenix cannons. Oh no, really? I built 10 and I only needed 5? Ah, I keep forgetting. In the original XCOM, your interceptors were equipped very differently. They had the basic interceptors had 2 equipment slots. You could give them an avalanche missile launcher, for example, and a Vulcan cannon. And as you upgraded, you know, they still had 2 weapon slots. The later ones had 3, and so on and so forth. So I built 10, expecting that they were going to need to use them as a pair. Now, don't I feel silly? On the plus side, we'll have those available for any alien aircraft we make straight out the gate. So that will actually work out well, in a way. Still, a little bit of a waste of money. Now, these are all going to take 1 day to rearm, but it's worth it. If we do get attacked in this time, well, that's the price of trying to be extra prepared, really. It's always a gamble. But there we are. That is set up. Now, let's go over to the barracks. We should have a bunch of rookies. Yes. Actually, Yuri, you need to be upgraded. Abilities. You don't look happy. But training collateral damage. There you go. Now you've got a bonus support ability, distortion field. Nearby allies in cover receive plus 10 defense. Now that might stack with Brandy Bear being one for all. So she can become cover, and then anyone next to her would still get additional defense on top. It would be fantastic. And really, I should start using Brandy Bear as a means for our troops, our mimetic skin troops, to move from location to location without de-stealthing. She would be especially useful in combination with Evelynn, so I'm probably going to start having Brandy Bear and Evelynn team up. Where it's applicable, obviously, if Evelynn is deep behind enemy lines, then Brandy Bear is unlikely to be there to help her. But because I believe Brandy Bear will become full cover when she uses her all-for-one ability, that means Evelynn can use her to remain in stealth, whereas Lilith doesn't need that. She only needs half cover. But we do have a lot of rookies that I need to look over and reassemble. It looks like we've got a lot of assaults, and I'm actually really happy about that. And quite a few snipers. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It depends if they've got fantastic aim or not. But I'm going to pause the recording here, and when you return, it will be hopefully to most of these people still being here, but just with different names. So let's keep our fingers crossed on that one. So see you soon. And welcome back. Just before I begin going through those who were renamed, I'm just going to apologize in advance if you can hear a sound of a lawnmower in the background. One of my neighbors is doing their lawn right now, and it's fairly loud. I've closed all the doors and windows, which means I'm getting very hot, but you're worth it. On the downside, though, I can still hear it quite clearly. Sometimes it doesn't transfer to YouTube as much as I expect it would. There are times when the rubbish collection comes along and I'm thinking, this is going to be terrible. I'm in the middle of recording Dark Souls. I can't just stop right now because I'm doing something. It's going to be a horrible recording. And then it doesn't appear to come through at all. But just in case the lawnmower does, I do apologize. Now, with that out of the way, we only had, I think it was 3 dismissals. Everyone else was really quite useful, actually. They had fantastic stats. Now, starting with Emily Starwolf, our new sniper here. Aim 83 for a sniper as well. Snipers will get very good aim upgrades. They even from what I understand, with the not created equally or hidden potential or whatever it is, they get the largest potential aim upgrade, and they have the highest minimal upgrade that their aim will increase per level. Now, so there we are, Emily Starwolf set up I don't know, I kind of like the color scheme giving stars, and also I thought it was particularly fitting given that the flag has stars on it. Next we have, let's see, we have Andy Fodder, a new assault. Middling stat. Andy has one of the lowest stats that I accepted, but they're okay actually. You know, a reasonable will, reasonable aim. I'm hoping that they will improve a lot over time, but for now, it's all right. I think a little ginger mohawk stub there. I didn't change that. That's what it was. So yeah. Lupin Gray. We have a new sniper with an aim of 82, will of 53. Not great HP, but on the whole, not bad either. Next, we have Erica Kassan, our new support. Again, 60 will, 63 aim. Actually, they're a little bit lower than where are you? Andy Fodder, but still, I felt that this is the only support that I kept out of the group, and I did want to try and keep one from each class, so Erica kind of got in by default on that one. Next, we have Flynn Romaros. Now, Flynn has an 83 aim and a 67 will. You'll notice that a lot of the ones that we kept were snipers. I actually did dismiss a few snipers who I may have kept otherwise that had like 70 aim, simply because we already had so many snipers who had fantastic aims. Next, we have Spectre. I'm kind of glad that you got in, Spectre. Will of only 40, but 73 aim for an assault. That's actually not bad starting stat at all. And finally, Jacob Lupus, who has 41 will and 70 aim. For a heavy, again, a pretty nice aim to start with. Heavies tend to have a fairly rough time when it comes to aim upgrades, so if you can get them with a reasonable aim to start with, then it's always for the better. Now, unfortunately, one thing I realized, we haven't had medals in a very long time. We still don't know what these medals are. I'm deathly curious. Don't spoil it in the comments, but I am just making a note that I am really curious what unlocks these medals, and whether we've had all the medals that we're ever going to get. I hope not, but there we are. So we've got our new troops. Now, I'm not going to go to the alien base. We haven't made the key yet anyway. Shiv support is next, so now our Shiv will be able to use suppression fire, which is actually pretty cool. Actually, let's quickly pop to engineering and see if there are any new things unlocked. No. I was wondering if maybe something would have unlocked because we've just gotten Shiv suppression fire, but it doesn't look like it. 3 more. Ooh, everything is set up. Ah, my goodness, everything's going crazy. Okay, so we've got a UFO heading to Canada. Damn it, why don't you go somewhere where me destroying you utterly would actually make them happy? Oh, the other thing I noticed, I did try to rename the interceptors, and it appears that I can't. So we're stuck with these generic names. Perhaps I just couldn't work out how, but I clicked on almost everything there was to click on other than dismiss craft. But yeah, I don't seem to be able to rename them, which I'm quite sad about. I assumed that I would be able to. But let's launch Raven 14. Now, Raven 14 should hopefully not have too much trouble, but if they do, then I can always pull them back and send another one out. So I'm going to hover over a boat. I'm not going to use up any of my specials here. Ooh. Okay, it's getting some good shots already. Some pretty good shots. It's time to bail out. Okay, that was too close. My God. Alright, send out another interceptor then. Send Raven 1. My lord. I wasn't expecting to need to go through 2 Ravens on a non-battleship. But we should be able to take it down. As far as I'm aware, damage doesn't get repaired if we bail. So we're going to take a few shots as we get in range, but hopefully we should be able to take it down now. There we go. Well done. So it took us 2 interceptors to take down an abductor-class spacecraft. I don't think we've actually shot one of these down before. I think it's always been a case that they've been landed, but there we go. So we now have a crashed UFO in Canada. Again, Canada doesn't need it. Canada's pretty happy at the moment. It would have been great if it was in Argentina maybe, or Egypt. Alas. But we won't complain too much. We did shoot it down without losing any interceptors, though one is going to be in Probably in its hangar for a while, I imagine. Let me just check that out. 4 days and 7 days. Ouch. If we get a battleship attack now over North America... Oh, Raven 9. I'm so sorry. Right, okay then. It is time to sally up and ride forth to attack this abductor. Now, they shouldn't have all of their crew this time because it's obviously a crash. But let's go and see who we're going to be taking. I think it has to be Brandy Bear because we want to see that grenade launcher in operation. However, I'm going to take away your skeletal suit and your chitin. And I'm going to give you a laser rifle for now. I'll leave you with your scope. I'm going to clear She-Lab. We are going to take Lalith. It's an obvious one. Drake. Actually, I might... Yeah, I might keep you. Let's edit you. What can we give you? I would like you to have a skeleton suit. Just for the added defense. And I would kind of like to be able to give you... Oh, I can't. Conventional weapons only. That's right. Well, I guess that is the best thing for you then, because I would like to give the chitin plating to someone else. Now, we are going to bring along... I could bring Lalith out for this one. We'll have... Actually, isn't... Yeah, Lalith's already there. Sorry, Evelynn out on this one. She's already got chitin. Okay. That's actually pretty good then. Now, I would like to swap your equipment. I would like you to have this. You'll still have 113 aim, but this weapon does 6 to 8 damage with a 10% critical chance with 11 to 13 critical damage. This does 4 to 6, so it's a reasonable upgrade. 4 to 6 versus 6 to 8, so we've added up to 4 damage onto it, and that's before damage roulette comes into play. Now, of course, we want you to have a skeleton suit. And let's just customize that a little bit. Make sure you... Why I keep taking these off you, I don't know. Oh, you were in medbay, weren't you? We'll give you... We'll give you that. It's got some nicer curves on it. Now, same for you. I would like you to also have the plasma rifle, but I would also like you to have a laser pistol this time. Now then. I think that's pretty good for you guys. I don't think I need to worry about giving you scopes, honestly. I don't think it would really help you that much. I mean, it would give you, obviously, a big chunk, especially on criticals, but I still don't really think you need it. How about you, Ravicane? What can I give you? You've got a skeleton suit. You've got the rocket launcher scope. I could give you Reaper rounds, but I don't want you to have a penalty. So I think we're going to stick with that, actually. Yeah, I quite like that setup. That means I can afford to give Cerberus the chitin plating. However... Well, Brandy Bear's coming along, which means I've got quite a lot of explosive firepower, but Revicane's rockets are really bad to lose. If this was a smaller craft, I would definitely take some rookies, but I'm gonna take my A team for this one. I think. Yeah, I think we are going to be going out with the A team for this particular fight. So let me just make sure you're completely set up. You do not have a laser pistol. No, I'll leave you with the plasma, actually. That gives you a pretty good aim overall. Yeah, you're completely set up. You've got laser pistol. I think you've all got laser pistols. Alright, well, this is going to be the group that we're going to be sending against the crashed abductor vessel. I'm going to wrap this episode up there, though, because it looks like we've hit the 30-minute mark. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode and will be joining us in the next, where the A-Team will be launching against the abductor. But until then, and as always, do take care.